What's going on, y'all? I don't know if I'm ready, but we are live. Let's just go live here. And I bought this book yesterday. It was only $7 right here. I don't know if you. Where are they buried? How did they die? You see that right there? So I guess I'm gonna read a little bit, and I put together some slides, and we'll have some numbers here as well. I'm just kind of chilling. It's raining off and on, and it has been at least since yesterday. So I have that set up so you can see, we're trying to break out of the rain here in Arizona, right? So you kind of see the sun. It's back there somewhere, maybe. But anyways, I guess that'll just be there until my phone loses connection. Again, I would be outside, but I don't want to get covered in rain and definitely don't want to get, this book wet. So we'll see how this goes. I see there's one person in here. Okay. And check it out right here. Hey, and you know what sucks is it wouldn't let the pics upload from Google Slides. Okay? So I'm not going to be able just to change the slides and look on StreamYard. I'm going to have to go back and forth. But it is what it is, right? So we're going to look at this book here, and you see the thumbnail. It's kind of like one of the first things that popped up here with these wrappers. Okay? And obviously we can't go over the whole book, right? But we're going to cover a little bit of it here. So you see that right there. Hopefully you see that. All right. Let me verify it. All right. So yeah, that's the cover of the book. Let me see. It's by Todd Benoit, and they mention names. Let me see what does it say at the top? Fitting ends and final resting places of the famous, infamous, and noteworthy. And if there is somebody in the comments, it would be cool if you let me know you can hear me well. Right? I mean, I can do my verification, but I would like to know. I would like to know if I'm clear. Let me remove that real quick. That usually lets me know you can hear me. I see the mic's good. Everything's kind of where it needs to be here. So, okay, that's cool. So we can go back right here. And as I read a little bit of this, I kind of put pics that I think would match what I'm reading. So that's right out of the book right there. Okay. That's interesting. Look how it says family tree right there. And it's like I haven't even been able to let that sink in. And these are young rappers that they say are no longer with us, right? Or they were, young at one point. Dead at a young age for sure. You have Tupac, Big Pun. It looks like his name is Chris Rios. You have Christopher. Note that you got Chris's, right? The Notorious Big, Wallace, Eric Easy E Wright. All right. Let me see what the next pick is here, and I can start reading. Okay, so right here, or we could probably just leave it right there, maybe. But this is what I'm gonna read. We got the decent background there. All right. Again, I'll check StreamYard one more time, as it wouldn't let me upload the slides. Okay, so I'm just gonna go for it. I don't know who's watching or whatever, but with respect to the people who will be watching it later, I guess I'm just gonna move it forward here, right? And assume you can hear me. One last verification. That's my verification, y'all. Again, no help over on this channel. So we're gonna get into it. We'll take one last look outside real quick. Okay, So you see clouds and you see sun somewhere back there. We'll see how it transitions, but let's get into it here. Okay, so young rappers is what they're noting here. And again, this is Where Are They Buried? How Did They Die? By Todd Benoit. Rap music originated during the 1970s. Okay, it says African American. This is going to be hard to transition here. Okay, as African American and Hispanic performers in New York City spoke rhyming words over an instrumental track composed of snatches and recorded music. And it says in the mid 1980s, the rap group Run DMC released a single with the hard rock band Aerosmith that created a new audience for the young musical movement. And rap soon came charging into the mainstream. In the ensuing years, rap music accounted for a growing part of the recording industry's revenues and its culture impact on the urban style of dress, speech, and art has since become obvious, right? But in the same way that rock and roll had been scorned by some as it gained popularity, that's just how they do it, right? It just comes with notoriety. It comes with fame, right? Rap too had its opponents, and its social and musical merits are still debated. Since its inception, rap music has been called harsh and monotonous, and has been criticized for lacking any traditional melodic qualities. I hear rain. While its lyrics have been lambasted for their vulgarity, on the other hand, defenders of rap music maintain that its lyrics, for all their rawness, are the poetry of the streets and constitute a straight up social comment from the front lines of ghetto life. Okay? In any event, as rap's audience grew exponentially, scores of releases from new artists were rushed into music stores, and the careers of these fresh rappers were ignited. Unfortunately, for a few of them, the success about which they had dreamed ignited a deadly fuse, right? And we know about some of them, and you see right here, right? Okay, what else does it say? And the violence and fatalism of their lyrics turned out to be tragically prophetic, or like prophetic. Is that how you say it? Right? And there's Notorious Big. Okay, so we have Eric Easy E, right? Okay, so this is going well. Let me go over to StreamYard real quick, and I want to make sure that my phone's not getting soaked either. Let me see. Okay, I still see the one person lingering. Let's look. All right, so I hear the rain. So look, it looks like the clouds are winning here. Right? We would know probably if my phone was getting wet, would we? I think we would. So yeah, I hear the rain pouring. I left the volume off out there because I didn't want any kind of echoing, you know? But yeah, maybe I should have left it on. But anyways, you see the visuals. The clouds are overtaking the sun, and this kind of hit. It's been raining a lot here lately. You know, you see that? Hello? You know, we get chilling. I kind of want to be out there, but I can't. But yeah, this is going nice. Again, let me show this book. I see 3 people in here now. I picked it up yesterday for $7. Hey, Bookman works. You know what I'm saying? Where Are They Buried? And with a lot of these rappers, shady stuff. But this is by Todd Benoit here. So we'll get back into it. And this is Arizona, so watch. The sun's just going to pop again. You see? The sun will pop, and then the rain will stop. It'll dry up, and then it'll hit again. but that's not really why y'all are here. Check it out, man. This is gonna hit nice. I'm excited for this. Right? I'm not excited for any deaths. It's just being able to what's up, Richard? Perfect timing. Just coming up with catching on to this code, right? And these connections. Appreciate you. This is something different, Richard. I mean, we know, I'll do the book thing, but check it out, So, Eric Easy E. Wright, okay, grew up on the rough streets of Los Angeles. This is what the story is saying, okay? So, I'm going to just kind of read this right here. I don't know what kind of order I'm going in here, but let me go over here. Glad you're here, Richard. Eric Wright, it says, grew up on the rough streets of Los Angeles, where he dealt with drugs for a living. After dropping out of high school in the mid 1980s, he founded a rap record company, Ruthless Records. Okay. And, we do the letters and numbers things. We do have some of that coming. And maybe we'll do some stuff on the fly. Obviously, I had to get this out to y'all. You know how we do it, right? But I'm going to come with it, right? So we have Ruthless Records. So R is the 18th letter of the alphabet. We want to just take note. You never know, right? When I see a double R, Ruthless Records. Oh, and then you get the double E, Easy E as well. Okay, but let's keep it moving. So, Ruthless Records, right? Shortly after, it says Easy E began his own rap group by forming NWA. And once again, I got to show you this. Let me go back over to StreamYard. Check this out once again. They got this in the book right here. It says Family Tree. And it's got Big Pun, Tupac, and it's got Easy, and it's got Biggie, Tupac, Pun, and Easy, and it says Family Tree. That's wild. And I have some connections after we go into this at the end. Okay, I mean I had to, but it says Family Tree, and it doesn't explain any further. But we know how the industry works, right? And you get some of the things I can't keep secret from y'all, like Christopher Wallace and then Chris Big Pun Rios, and you have two characters there, and they're both like known for being big, right? And yeah, Christopher, just these connections here are wild. Tupac skinny and loud, Biggie's bigger and a little more quiet. So that's weird with the family tree thing and these connections. So this aligns right with what we do on a daily basis here. Okay, so let me continue. And I'll try. It always seems to be an hour when we do this. I don't try to do that. We'll just see what happens here. Okay, so as I read further, let me go back here because it wouldn't let me put the pics up. Okay, but we can still hit. And let me know if for some reason the volume's not hitting nice. It should though. But let me catch back onto where I was reading here. So Eazy-E began his own rap group by forming NWA. We know what that stands for, right? N-words with attitude. And something leads me to believe that wasn't chosen by the actual rappers. There's agendas and narratives here, but I guess that's another, that's a side note. Okay, and this featured Eazy-E's own high-pitched and whiny voice. This is what it says in here. So that's kind of disrespectful in a way, right? And they're speaking on the rappers and how their lyrics affect the outcome of their lives, So they're saying high-pitched and whiny voice. I think the voice hit and the voice was fire. And the voice is fire today on a track. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. And I don't agree with being deceived by these characters, but I can still be entertained and I can still separate the music, right? and Easy hits on a track right now. Andy hit on a track back then. So I don't know what they're talking about here. And the real mother effing G's, that dominated. All right. That was a massive track. And whatever went down with the industry and Easy and Dre, whatever, you know, that is straight up disrespectful, speaking on his voice like that. So with raps and rhymes that celebrated urban violence, okay, the denigration of women and the glory of killing police officers, okay, it's they just don't hold back here. NWA became and I'm not saying they're wrong, you know, but it's not easy. None of these are puppets on the world stage. So you portray the puppets in a certain light. You see what I'm saying? And then shoot the disrespect at them as you're portraying them as real people. And the whole time we're deceived. You want us to, you know, we know their characters. We find out later in life, some of us, right? We're not born knowing the world is fake. Okay. So I guess I'm reading and ranting as I go here. It is what it is. So NWA became the most notorious. Wow. It says the most notorious. Look, I can decode books, stories. Can you believe it? It says the most notorious group in rap, and I guess I got to show you that. I mean, I'm not saying that's like super amazing, but it kind of is. But it kind of is because we got Biggie coming up as well, and that rain's still hitting. Where does it say? It's up at the top right here. I got to show you it. I don't know. Let's see. Are we gonna see it? Let's see. Right there. Look on the left. Notorious, right under the top on the left. Notorious rap group. You see that? I mean, man. And we got Biggie coming up. Jeez, that's wild. Appreciate the 5 people. Hey, I appreciate you, Mary Light Sense. What's going on? You know, is again, I wish I was out there in that rain, but we'll still get the visuals. See? And just mix it up a little bit. Shout out to you. And I can't remember if it was your comment about making the videos shorter, the actual videos. It makes it easier to watch. I understand that. If it was you, I don't know, I might be confusing you with somebody else, but if it was you, I appreciate that. Multiple characters for sure. And Conscious X is right about that theory. I just think they're maybe related, but multiple characters as well, right? But if that was you, shout out, because I like that idea and it's made everything a little easier on the videos if that was you. But shout out. I appreciate you here. Okay. Appreciate that. Now we got 7. Nice. And this is probably the most slides, not by choice. But I think it's going to hit nice. Okay. And you see this other album here, right? And you see kind of like the Compton background here. It's just a generic pick, but it hits, right? So they're kind of talking about them degrading women, and they did all of that, but this was an overall agenda, right? And we kind of know that. They are now considered what's this word? The progenitors, whatever that word is, of the gangster rap genre. Indeed, it was NWA that drew the ire of concerned citizens, demanding that labels warning of explicit lyrics be required on these releases. Okay. Right. And these are nice and short here too. And we're going to get into, they have cemetery directions, grave directions, which I don't even think they have on Google, but I still used Google to get some of the picks to add here. Let me try not to lose track of where I'm at here. It says NWA split up in 1991. Okay. And this is right around, I remember I was 10, 11-ish. And I know Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, and all of them were about to hit. And they hit super mainstream. Easy was getting kind of dissed by them and shit on, right? You know? And then look what happened to Easy. And obviously, um, what, Cube's still here, Dre's still here, Snoop's still here. You see, so there's something else that went down, but we can all only just speculate on that. And you know me, I mean, I come with the numbers, and I've hit on all of those events separately with all of these characters, I'm sure at one point. But as I rant, as he was still running Ruthless Records and producing new artists, Eazy-E's professional future looked bright. But in 1995, he discovered that he was dying of AIDS, okay? And you know what's interesting about that is Dr. Dre hit with the Chronic album. And before referring to marijuana as chronic, right? I mean, chronic kind of made me think of like a chronic illness or like a chronic cough. Kind of, don't you think? I think so. You know? So that Chronic album hit, but only a month after being diagnosed with the disease at age 31. Okay, my name is Matthew, so I'm gonna try not to get distracted by the numbers, and we have some of that here as we go along. He died of complications of the disease and was buried at Rose Hill Memorial Park in Whittier, California. Let me see if you'll see some of the stuff down here at the bottom, and I may have clipped it again coming up. Okay. Cemetery directions. It lets us know in this book here. Okay. Hold on one second. Hold on. All right, I think I'm good here. All right, am I good? Let me go back, check StreamYard real quick. Yeah, thank you. Appreciate you. And I don't mind that. I don't mind that anything like that, because I'm aware of everything, you know what I mean? And it does kind of go back to, this is kind of like my passion. I'm trying to separate it being my passion from it being work, and I know it is work as well, but I just want to be as genuine as possible. So I guess, that's just where all that comes from, but thank you. Okay, so look, at it has the cemetery directions right there. Look, it says from I-605 exit at Beverly Boulevard, head east, then turn north onto Workman Mill Boulevard. And we have pics and we have more here. I'm just showing you what I'm reading here to verify, because I looked up some of it online, and this stuff, if it is there, it's not going to pop up easy. So this is easy access here, right? And again, this is where are they buried? How did they die? Todd Benoit. I guess I can only assume it's a credible source. I mean, I can't believe the mainstream, right? So, okay, so it says follow Workman for 1.5 miles and enter the cemetery at gate 1 on the right. Grave directions, okay? So you kind of see that there. So let me move forward here. And that's interesting because you get one eye symbolism right there, isn't it? And there's probably some made up reason why. You know what I'm saying? But you see that. So it says proceed up the main road, turn left at the 5th Drive, and the Lupine Lawn section will be on the right. After the hairpin turn around Lupine Lawn, back over here real quick. The curb on the right is marked 2215. About 50 feet down the grass hill from this marking is Eazy's grave, right? And let's go forward a little bit here. And I think We may get some numbers here. Oh, and there it is. I knew I put it there. You could have looked at that the whole time. You see that right there? You could have looked at that. Look at so I did that myself. I guess so. I think in my eyes, this is kind of like art as well. Okay. So I don't know. And I'm not saying that putting any kind of title on myself, but I don't know. I like art as well. So it kind of goes along with what I do. But that's right out of the book right there. And that cemetery, that's what hit. I did the research and that's what hit right there. And that as well. And you're going to notice how it says Rose Hill. They might have had a misprint there. You know, I'm here, you know, I do the investigating, right? So you see how it says Rose Hill Memorial Park, but it says Rose Hills right there. Okay? So I'm thinking maybe there was just a misprint in the book, but you see how it syncs up, right? Okay, Rose Hill. Look at the language right there. Okay? Nothing super, but you know, it goes in with our decode. This is what we do. We're creative. We do try new things. Ask Mary Lightsense. It was you. Appreciate that. Thank you, Richard. I like, you know why I like it too? I like to be able to listen to this. It doesn't all have to hit like wow, wow, wow. Yeah, wow, wow, wow. You know, I like to do my own thing like at home or work or whatever and just listen to something I'm interested in where I can just listen to it's okay if it's long. Cuz sometimes if it hits too good, you have to try to look all the time and then you get distracted from what you're doing. So that is one of the reasons I do this. I'll shout out the Call Me Kinfolk channel because those he has like 11-hour live streams, 8-hour live streams, whatever y'all may think of the character. We're all I guess they make us all characters on here. Whatever you think, you know, it did get me through some times, right? You can just put it in and listen. So anyways, Eric Wright. I don't think I need to clip that's his name. You know, I shouldn't have to at this point. That's his name. 150. Okay. Easy 15. Rose Hills Memorial Park. And again, that's how they put it right there. And it may be just a misprint in the book. But either way, look, 15. I actually Googled it a few times and it kept popping up Rose Hills. So, and you know what else is interesting? They say Easy died of AIDS. I mean, back in the day, we used to call people if they slept around easy. So what would be the odds of that? I mean, what would be the odds of that for real? I mean, I don't know what, you know, what would be the odds of that? Easy E gets AIDS. And remember Magic Johnson, they said, or HIV, the virus synced up with AIDS, however you want to say it. Magic Johnson. Look at the slang for Johnson. It's magic, right? Look at the slang for Johnson and Easy synced up with AIDS. You know, that's to you know, and you know what I do need to do. You see those numbers right there hit. What I do need to do is let me go to the calculator real quick. And let me just put AIDS in here. Look at how AIDS equals 15. Look at how AIDS equals 15. Okay? So you see how AIDS equals 15 right there, and 33 and 30, but the 15. And this is why we do this. If I were to do all of this and then go live later, I would never go live. It wouldn't be live right now. Look, AIDS equals 15. I don't gatekeep anything. I get excited when I present information. And especially when we hit together like this, easy equals 15. That's how they spell it. Eric Wright, 150 like 15. Rose Hills Memorial Park, 105 like 15. And I will go over to Google. You know, let's verify this together. You know what I mean? We have gematria police that run heavy, and they will get called that for reasons that are, you know, what's the word am I looking for? For good reason. Where is Eazy-E buried? Oops.
Hills Memorial Park.
I
According
mean,
to Wikipedia, he was buried on April 7th at Rose Hills Memorial Park in Whittier, California. Over 3,000 people attended his funeral, including Ice Cube and DJ Yella.
I mean, he was buried on the government number. DC politics, Republican, Democrat. What did I say? White House, 2 parties, all equal 47, and 74 Independence Day. I mean, huh. Yeah, and that makes me think of how these characters are synced up. We got Big Pun coming up. We're already 30 minutes in. Well, the introduction was a little bit. Look how we hit. California equals 88 like marijuana. Okay. As well with that Chronic album. And you get 8888. I'm trying not to do like this side decode here. You get 8888 with their first debut album, right? I guess I have to show you that now. Is it Straight Outta Compton? Straight Outta Compton release date? The album? It's Raining Now.
The release
Look,
dates of
88.
Dope Man Remix
Look,
were November 6,
8/8. Hey,
1987
rapper
and
equals
August 8,
88.
1988.
Oh, it's Raining Now. Let me see if my phone's okay. Ooh, it's raining now. Would we know? We would know if my phone was getting rained on, wouldn't we? It looks protected. I'm pretty sure we would know, right? We would see water all over. I'll check it here in a minute. Do I have white rice handy? But you may hear it. Yeah, so maybe I'll go get it here in a minute. That's the view. It appears to be okay. But look at the rain hit now. You see that? Okay, so let's go forward. So that's nice, right? So let's go back over here. So wow, we hit right there on that. On the side with AIDS equals 15. And there's probably more with that. Here's the gravesite. That's like the best pick that kind of popped up with it right there. Our beloved Eric Wright. So you get the name. And, you know, we get that right there. That stuff came off of Google right there. I mean, look, Call Me Kev, Food Channel. I've heard of that. Some of these channels gatekeep the full information. I don't think look, my videos are doing decent right now. I'm good with 100. Oh my gosh. And then some hit 1,000 if they are real numbers. Man, I'm good with that. Some people are about the narrative and the money. I mean, for real. You know, that's nice, right? Money, but it's different at that point. I mean, if somebody's like, hey, here's money, okay, I'll take money. I'm not trying to work with bad people. You know what I'm saying? Like the main channel I can make money on, I erase everything I post to it now because I see what they did to it. So we're building daily decodes 81 and all of that, right? Math 2Con 2, which I don't know. There may be something going on with that. But look at, we got the pick here. And I'm done with the reading on Easy. We're going to get to the next character here. Tupac Shakur. Make sure I don't get too ahead of myself here. So, okay, so we have these two. We have Tupac. I did the background on the pages here out of the book too. Generic photos, but they hit, right? In the early 1990s, Tupac Shakur joined the rap group Digital Underground. Okay, I didn't put Digital Underground in here. With Shock G. Maybe I'll look him up, but let me read further. But he soon outgrew the group and went solo. Okay, so that's kind of an NWA. Maybe this is hitting on the family tree thing, how they're connected. So that's going to even hit better because we're already kind of doing decoding. This is what we do, right? So that's interesting. So he left the group and went solo, and they mentioned that about and they mentioned Notorious with NWA. So this is wild because Notorious Big, and it had the family tree thing. Okay. Nice. Okay. So we'll look at that right now. Okay. So his debut album, Tupacalypse Now, went gold, and a 93 follow-up, Strictly for My N-Words, saw platinum. That same year, Tupac co-starred in the popular movie Poetic Justice. I kind of wish I had some of these clips now. I'm gonna make up for not having it. Let me go back over here because I think I could easily just be doing this, right? So, Digital Underground and Tupac. Takes a little bit of practice, I guess. When I first started doing like StreamYard, it was like, whoa. So here he is right here. I don't want to play the video. What can I just get a pic? Open image. Let me see if it opens the image. No, I don't want to open it like that. Right here. Here, that'll work right there. Let's get the image up. Okay, so you see that right there. All right, cool. So in the early 90s, Tupac joined Digital Underground, like a hype man type of character. I don't know if he may have kicked a verse, possibly. Don't quote me on that, but kind of like a hype man guy, like a Flavor Flav type guy in a way for Public Enemy. But and then he went with the Strictly for My N-Words, saw platinum. And it says the same year Tupac co-starred in Poetic Justice. I remember that movie. I remember Poetic Justice for sure. Let me pull that up. And Poetic Justice with Tupac. Right here, which further fueled his celebrity. Now you're crossing over into movies. They see the influence you have, right? And I don't know if that's necessarily a spot you want to be in on the main stage, but they know what they're doing. But this is kind of speaking from, I guess, a regular person out here who kind of buys the stuff, which isn't us, right? So the next couple of years were turbulent, as of course comes with Hollywood, right? And the pages turned quickly. In late 94, Tupac was in and out of court and jail and on sexual assault charges, okay? And you see how a lot of that kind of hits right now because he was synced up with the beef with Diddy, Puff Daddy at the time, and you had the beef here with all of that. I saw that video. It's interesting, but you know what? Orlando Anderson has the same eyebrows as Tupac and looks like Tupac. The one they say he jumped, I saw the Quavo one, and Quavo's got those eyebrows too. And I just think it's possible they're connected. I like what Conscious X puts out there. I do. I was gonna say something else there, but I think I forgot. But I think they're more related more than anything. Because I think when you put out Quavo is Tupac, that's going to hit with the people who like that conspiracy theorist word. They're going to hear Quavo's Tupac. They're going to laugh. But the whole time there's a truth there because these characters are all related, right? And you see when he does the numbers and that they all hit, right? And again, they do play multiple characters. I'm sure it happens, but I think the odds are that they're related and look the same or similar is going to be a higher believability rate, if not an actual truth. That's my opinion. I watch Conscious X all day because that shit hits. So, hey, the MLK Jr. Meek Mill one, man. Oh yeah, the 13's hit right here, so it's good that you bring that up. And now we look outside. Now it chills out again. Arizona, man. And you see a bird flying. Is it a real bird? probably listening in, right? My phone's going nuts out there. You can hear me on the phone out there doing the live. I don't know why. But the phone appears to be in good shape. So look, the 13 is gonna hit. All right. So let me read. So he was sentenced 4.5 years in prison on sexual assault charges. And again, that kind of syncs up with Diddy right now. And remember, Dr. Dre, Eminem, Snoop, those characters hit with the Super Bowl. And Snoop Dogg's daughter is going through health problems. And didn't his brother, like a half brother, just pass? Or a step brother? I think it's a half brother. But anyways, Tupac was in and out of court and jail. Okay, he got robbed, right? It says during a robbery, to his credit, he was the victim and not the perpetrator. I mean, that's what they say as a part of the story. It's a story, right? We don't get too caught up in it. He was shot 5 times in February of 1995. And this is Yaki Gaddafi up here, right? There's the 13. Okay? That's a stage name, I believe, Yaki Gaddafi. Oh, you're not seeing it. My bad. You weren't seeing it. Yeah. Okay, so you didn't miss much. So there's the 13, and Tupac died on the 13th. And I think Las Vegas equals 130, like 13. And you're seeing the 13. And that's like an unlucky number in the US, supposedly. Right? No, I don't think we have a 13th floor in the hotel. Hold on a second. Okay? And you get Tupac. You get the number 2. You get Biggie and Tupac. You get East and West. Right? You get like fat and skinny, kind of. So, all right, that was good. So, where am I here? So this is Yaki Gaddafi. And that's the video Hit 'Em Up, the diss on Biggie, right? And it's interesting how this character in the back, I don't have his name, but he has the 13 on. And he's got an Oakland jersey, right? And Tupac was freaking shot in Vegas. Holy crap. Holy crap. Let me go. Holy crap. Right? Is that right? And Tupac was shot in Vegas? Is that an Oakland Raider jersey? And the Raiders now play in Vegas? And Las Vegas equals 130, like 13? And he's killed on the 13th. He dies on the 13th? I'm pretty sure that's a Raiders jersey. And you get the black and white with the duality right there. Okay, none of that is a stretch. Normally, I don't say that stuff. But damn, I just hit on that with the Raiders jersey. I don't know if a lot of people hit on that, right? I just look at it and I'm just, oh, boom. It looks like a Raiders jersey. So 13's the M's the 13th letter, right? Wherever that goes, But anyways, interesting. That's interesting. All right. So we're going to get into there's some of the negative now going on here, right? Let me go back over here. And look at Orlando Anderson. I mean, he really does look like Tupac. All right, I guess I don't have a great Tupac pick right there, but I mean, it's undeniable right there, isn't it? I mean, look at like the eyebrows and everything. I mean, I'm Orlando. I mean, when I think of Orlando, what do I think of? This is just on the fly. Florida. I think of Orlando Brown. Right? So I guess there's not much there. Orlando. I think of Nick Anderson, who played on the Orlando Magic back around this era. Nick Anderson on the Orlando Magic. And like Orlando, Florida. I don't know if if y'all are from my era, I think Richard may be Nick Anderson on the Orlando Magic, and you get Orlando Anderson. That's interesting. I may just be, and if I'm not mistaken, Nick Anderson was synced up with the Gang Life, if I'm not mistaken, or he had a brother that was, if I'm not mistaken. I'll leave that there. So while passing time in bars, and I guess I don't have the picks that kind of add up with this, but there's only like another paragraph, and we're gonna hit here. So what debuted at number one here? Something debuted at number one. Oh, his third release debuted at number one. I guess they're not going to tell us what it is, but in October of '95, while the case was on appeal, Tupac was released on bail, funded by Suge Knight. And again, this is Orlando Anderson, the one they jumped in Vegas. Is that DJ Envy on the left? How come he's... Whoa. How come Orlando Anderson has the 88? Hold on. Why does Orlando Anderson have the 88 on the sleeve when California equals 88, marijuana equals 88, rapper equals 88? Straight Outta Compton, the album released 8888, and we're hitting on this and that hits. Okay, I just noticed that. So he's got the 88 on the sleeve. Okay, so wow. So we're gonna go over an hour for sure. So, wow, man, that's wild. Tupac was released on bail, and he was funded by Suge Knight. I have to pull Suge Knight up, man. Where's my assistant? Suge Knight. And Suge Knight always wears the head, right? So of course he just pops up in orange because he's synced up with Prison. Wow, there he is with Diddy. What are the odds of that? What are the odds of that? And we saw the movie, right? They showed Suge pick him up in the plane. You know, he gave him the briefcase. It'd have like a chain and some money in it. And then you saw everything went south, right? So Tupac's fourth release came in '96 under Suge's label, and it raced up the charts. And remember, Kobe Bryant was drafted in '96. So out with one character, LA, in with the next. Michael Jordan balled like Tupac, right? Jordan's career was coming to an end as a player. You see what I'm saying? Right? It's like they recycle the characters and give them to you in different forms. On September 7th, 1996, the whirlwind ended abruptly. Tupac was gunned down while in the passenger seat of Suge's BMW while stopped at a traffic light near the Las Vegas Strip. 6 days later, Tupac died, and he was born in June on the 6th, in the 6th month, right? Excuse me, the 16th, but June's the 6th month. That's a 7-day span. He gets shot on the 7th, dies on the 13th. 7-day span, right? And he gets shot on the 7th, and there's more with that. He was cremated. Now I think we can go back over here. He was cremated, okay? So this is a book about where they buried and all that, right? You see that right there? Let me make sure. And that's Google too, going along with what we see in the book here. Right? So where's it at? He was cremated and his ashes scattered by family and friends. Since Tupac's death, 2 others very closely related to his murder have themselves been murdered. Just 2 months later, Yafe, right here, as you're going to hear the dogs barking right now, right? So look, here he is right here. Here, let me go get these. Let me pause it real quick. Here, I'll be right back, okay? I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Right. That just kind of adds to the live as well, right? All right. So in the back here. All right. Where are we at? 50 minutes. I'm gonna try my hardest to make this under an hour and a half or less. But this is nice. Let's look outside. As you see now, it's clearing up. Now the sun's hitting. It's all gonna dry up, and then it's gonna rain again, and it's gonna get all dark, and it's gonna keep repeating. You see, this is Arizona life. Okay. Now that I've set that camera up pretty nice, I think. So let's go back over here. So we get the 88. We hit on that. And cremated. It says spread part of his ashes over a special place in Los Angeles there on Google. What the hell does that mean? You know what I'm saying? And the remainder was taken, whatever it says there. So where are we at here? Okay, look. This really comes off of Google right here. You see that? And we kind of heard of that. They don't say that in the book. Hey, I appreciate you. Shout out to you. Appreciate you in the house. We're trying something different here. You know, I got the book. Where are they buried? How did they die? And they bring up rappers right away. So we're hitting on it. I appreciate you here. You know, we learn together. We make mistakes. If you want to add anything, whatever, you know, I'm chilling. It's the day after Easter. It is April Fool's Day, right? That's interesting as well. It says Tupac Shakur's group, the Outlaws, smoked his ashes. What's up? I mean, for real. And I think I heard the interview. I mean, how disrespectful at the time was that? Even as a part of the story. Now they take it as a straight up diss, right? Didn't Young M.A. say she disrespected someone in Chicago by saying something like that? And again, I mean, this is all kind of a part of the story. But what were they thinking at the time? You know, that's blatant disrespect, okay? It says the California Love rapper was killed in 96 and the Las Vegas shooting, right? And in the language, Las Vegas equals 130, like 13. Dead on the 13th. If anybody's tuning in, we do the gematria with numbers and letters as well, and we're going to hit on a little bit of that throughout. But at a memorial held to the star shortly afterward, members of the hip hop collective Outlaws took the lyrics to his track Black Jesus literally and mixed his ashes into a marijuana cigarette. Okay, so they flipped that on me. So you see how they kind of do that. So they kind of flip it where it's disrespectful, but it was in the lyrics. So it kind of goes along with the whole story, right? So wow, they flipped that on me. Okay, so it looks like we're gonna go on to. So so they smoked his ashes. It says here, and then right there it says spread part of his ashes. Oh, okay. So they kind of clarified that because I was looking. I'm like, wait a minute. They were smoked, and then okay, so that connects. And now what does it say in the book here? And it says, oh, since Tupac's death, Orlando Anderson and Yaki Gaddafi. Right there. I know him from the Hit 'em Up video you see right there on the right. And there he is on the left. I know him from that video. So they both died. It says this character right here on the right, Yafe Fula, which I guess is Yaki Gaddafi, a member of Tupac's entourage and an eyewitness to his murder, was gunned down in New Jersey. Next to meet a bloody end was Orlando Anderson, looking like Tupac. And he's got the Tupac eyebrows. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. But it says, who happened to have had an assault suit pending against Tupac at the time. So you see how they put these narratives out there, or is there a reason why somebody could have done this or that, or you know? Further, just hours before Tupac was killed, he and his Crips gang brothers. Did they really say that? I can't believe they said that. How disrespectful is this book? Again, it's not like I'm sticking up for Tupac, but back in the day we liked this character, right? Tupac at the time of Tupac. Okay, further, just hours before Tupac was killed, he and his Crips gang brothers had rumbled. Just these words they use. Oh, okay, I get it. They're talking about Orlando. Okay. But still, rumbled with Tupac's entourage in a hotel lobby. And we saw it, but come on. Neither of those murders has been proven. Oh, we got the Keefe D thing now, right? And ooh, that hit's coming up as well. Again, it's going to be long, y'all, if you need to step away and come back. To date, Tupac's murder hasn't been solved, is what it says. We got the Keefe D connection now, though not for lack of speculation about who might have had reason to commit it. Don't tell me they're going to point the finger at Biggie in the book. Some of the speculation even spilled into a rival rapper's camp, which brings up us to Notorious Big. Oh my gosh. And now they go on to Notorious Big. They're linking it all together, blaming it all on each other. Oh my gosh. This is wild. So, gangster rapper, let's move on to Biggie now. How many more slides do I have? Crap. Okay, let's see if I can hustle. Gangster rapper Notorious Big, aka Biggie Smalls, was born Christopher Wallace, right? And grew up. Let me show you the book again. All right, if it's gonna be long, it's gonna be long. 9 people, appreciate it. This is it. Where are they buried? And they have like a family tree pick in here, and they have all these rappers connected right here, and they put it in the book how they're connected, other than what we do to do our decodes. You know what I'm saying? Family tree. It's got Tupac, Big Pun, Eazy-E, and Biggie. It says family tree, young rappers, and they just go over some of the deaths. I mean, that's so. Let's go on to Biggie here, and we got Pun, and who's the other? And yeah, I think that's it. Biggie and Pun. So this should be okay. Here, let's go back over here. All right, so let me go to where, again, it wouldn't let me upload the slides properly, so I have to use my experience and bounce around here. So gangster, they say gangsta rapper Notorious Big. I mean, I'm about to start cursing because, okay, may have been synced up with gangs, but come on, I'm not necessarily referring to Biggie as a gangster rapper. Maybe back then that hit. Now we look back. Let me look back real quick. So he was kind of like an MC, you know, they showed him freestyling on the block. You know, he was smooth with the ladies that portrayed him as, right? You know what I mean? He had flow, he could rap, he had charisma, style. I mean, I don't really think of Biggie as a gangster rapper, but they want to tell you right away, gangster rapper Notorious Big. So they want you to believe that these lyrics of these characters lead to the death, which kind of fits this whole narrative that they build. But was born Christopher Wallace and grew up in New York's turbulent Bedford, man, these Stuyvesant district. I mean, they get real specific here. You know what I'm saying? It's like, wow, real specific. But I've heard of Bedford. But after an obligatory stint as a drug dealer and some jail time, Big turned to rapping. And you see here, Tupac and Biggie, it says they were both cremated. And let me make sure that you're seeing it since it's a little bit harder this time. Appreciate the 9 people. And again, if you need to listen or watch or whatever, either way, you know, hopefully y'all are staying busy out there. I'm looking forward to this being over. I have another decode I'm working on, but I want to go out and maybe take a walk, you know. So you can see cremated like Tupac. You can kind of look at that as I read. And they want to let you know he had a stint as a drug dealer, and some jail time came with that. Big turned to rapping when Sean Puffy Combs heard his demo. That's interesting, right? Very interesting. Okay. And What else does it say here? Big was signed to Puffy's Bad Boy Records. Again, Bad Boy, that's disgusting. It's like a baby in a diaper, I think. And you get Daddy, like Puff Daddy. Like, really? You're not going to change your image, dude. I don't care how many years go by. And again, you're just a character, right? What about, remember Shine and J-Lo, that incident? So, um, so Ready to Die, okay? I mean, what an album to hit. Quickly went platinum. And I had the album. I didn't buy it at the store, but I traded. I think I made a good trade. I can't even remember what, you know what I traded for it? I don't want to speculate. You know what? I think I traded Brother Lynch Hung for it, The Season of the Sickness, and that was a disgustingly, at the time, I liked it. It was, I was young. We're deceived, and that's another reason why I'm doing this. But Brother Lynch Hung, I traded The Season of the Sickness for this album. At the time, I'm like, I want this Biggie album because it's hitting mainstream, right? Brother Lynch was kind of like an underground celebrity in a way. But anyways, you see the album and look, a baby, it's the baby in the freaking diaper. So this is disgusting again, and it says Ready to Die. So you got Ready to Die and you got a baby. So think about the symbolism, right? Think about the symbolism and how it all comes together now. Okay? And that's just kind of hitting right now with me, okay? So he has Ready to Die, and then we know what happened to him. This quickly went platinum. Big won Billboard's Rapper of the Year award and basked in all of the perks that accompany rap stardom, right? Big's ascent to stardom took place simultaneously with Tupac's. Okay? No coincidence, right? And a feud developed between the two. I guess I don't know. Yeah, so I don't think I have. Oh, I have a pick with them somewhere. I didn't want to go forward too fast to get it, but all right. So we'll show Tupac and him here in a bit, right? They're coming up. So, what else does it say here? Let me see. Okay, so the feud developed between the two as a part of the story, despite the fact that they'd once been close associates. Tupac suspected Big was behind the '94 robbery. Of course, they're going to make these connections and speculate, right? Come on, this is a character. He's not saying anything that's not a part of the script. The robbery that had left Tupac with 5 bullet holes, and that 5 probably hit somewhere. But because Big was from the East Coast and Tupac from the West, what many viewed as a ridiculous animosity developed between their opposing camps over turf and record sales. Finally, Tupac claimed to have slept with Big's wife and even bragged about it in a song. And we hit on that, right? And, they had that Death of Yaki Gaddafi and the Hit 'em Up diss. And we're not going to go into all the details of those deaths. It's just not possible right now. But on March 9th, 97, just 6 months after Tupac's murder, and again, Tupac's born on the 6th, right? Or excuse me, the 6th month, June. Okay. And what? He got shot and died 6 days later. He shot on the 7th, died on the 13th. And you saw the 13th on the 13 on the Raider jersey in the Hit 'em Up video. And then Tupac gets shot in Vegas. Predictive programming. The Raiders moved to Vegas. And that's how that works. But MLK Jr., actually, he died at age 39, and Biggie dead on 3/9. Just that connection right there. And right around MLK Jr. Day, his birthday, 1/15, January 15th, tons of this was hitting. And MLK Jr.'s son went on to pass around that time. And this is this last Civil Rights Day. And the guy had the Notorious Big shirt on, and he attacked the judge in court all around the same time. I did the decode, and it was synced up with Tupac as well. So 6 months after Tupac's murder, Big was gunned down in an eerie, similar scene in Los Angeles. So you get Los Angeles, and then you get Las Vegas. Do you see? You see how they do it? Los Angeles, Las Vegas. Get it? With the Tupac and Biggie thing. After the Soul Train Awards, think about it. Soul. You sell your soul, right? A train. Think about a train. Think about traffic. Think about Puff Daddy. You know, think about currently in the news. What? Supply goods. Is that how they state it? Maybe our supplies are going to be affected because of the ship that hits the bridge. Supplies. Okay. What supplies? What are they symbolizing? But anyways, he was cremated, it says as well. We'll go back to that pic and I'll read out of the book, and that's out of Google. It says in the book, he was cremated and his ashes divided among 3 people: his mother, his wife, and his girlfriend. And it says, don't ask in parentheses. What does it say here? Ashes are with his family. Okay, so that makes sense. But it says don't ask in our book here. What's up with that? Now look, all that rain is like dried up outside. Like I'm really not playing. Look, it's all clear now. Wow, look how nice that looks. Are those clouds real? I question these clouds. You know what? I'm most intrigued by the story of what's going on up there and what's going on down there. That's what I'm intrigued. Give me any kind of videos. What's going on up there and the blue and all of that, and what's going on down there. They always tell you to don't dig. Call this phone number before you dig. We have pipes. Okay. I just think there's maybe something else going on with that. I just appreciate the 9 people. You see the bird? So, and again, so that matches up. And I guess I do want to show you this. It says, don't ask. Let's see. Where's it at? Oh, there's the big pun. Look, it says, don't ask. Cremated and his ashes divided among 3 people: mother, wife, and his girlfriend. Don't ask. And that's Biggie. Christopher. That's cool. I mean, so yeah, I had to pick up this book. Freaking, what does it say? $7 at Bookman's. So look, it looks like we're gonna move on to Big Pun. But what else? Do we have anything else? And we do have some numbers here coming up as well. But I couldn't do the full blown decode, obviously here, right? Puffy, the remaster, and then Life After Death. Okay, and there's what I just read. See, I could have just done that. I knew I hit it right the first time. I could have just done that. You see, that's cool. That's cool. So let's move forward. Oh, and there's Puffy and Biggie again. Oh, and is that a Suburban that he was shot in? Or like a Tahoe? I'm going to say it's a Suburban. Or it's a GMC. Maybe it's, I don't know. GMC Suburban? Or is that Chevy? I don't know. I'm not here. Anyways, that's the vehicle that popped up. And you could tell it was 1997, right? I'll rock that right now. I have a 1993 Pathfinder. One of the vehicles right now. I'll rock it all day. All right, so let me move forward here. And so you got Notorious Big, right? And here's the back of the book here. And there's some names. This is just 2 pages of this book. Look at all of these characters. So I'm going to come back another time and do another decode, and we're going to just pick another couple random characters there. And they really talk about like grave sites and all of that if they're available. So we have Chris Big Pun Rios. That's interesting because we just hit on the Notorious Big. and his name is Christopher Wallace. That's what's up with that. And you can't have both of those characters at the same time, obviously, right? So let me we'll read a little bit about this character now. And this is the last character. And then there's connections with all of them at the end with some numbers as well. The full length debut, this hits huge right here too. This hits huge. This is where we get down right here. The full length debut Capital Punishment right here. Big Pun followed in 1998 and became the first album by us, whatever it followed, I don't know. Became the first album by a solo Latino rapper to go platinum. That's huge, right? Peaking at number 5 on the Billboard 200. Capital Punishment was also nominated for the Grammy Award for Best Rap Album. I guess didn't win. That's huge though, right there. That's huge, okay? And let's go forward. Here it is. Oh, I guess I'm supposed to read a little bit. So, oh, and this is fairly short here. And man, this character, people don't forget. Supposedly this was the man, right? And what about Fat Joe? You have Fat Joe is the only one remaining out of the fat guys, right? You had Big Pun. What about Heavy D? Is Heavy D still alive? Hold on. Let's go over here real quick. Hold on. Suge Knight's kind of fat. That's interesting. That's kind of interesting. No offense, Suge Knight. What was I gonna do? Oh, Heavy D. Let's just see how. Let's see how this. Heavy D, is he alive? What a messed up way to ask. He died. No offense. So you're telling me Heavy D died 118 in Los Angeles, California, and Los Angeles, California equals 118 in the language? Is that what you're telling me right now? Let me go look. Is that what you're telling me right now? Google? Let's see. Los Angeles, California. I mean, is that what you're telling me? You're telling me Los Angeles, California in reverse reduction with right there with the alphabet equals 118 and Heavy D died on 11/18. Is that what it said? Or no, yeah. No, yeah. He died in Los Angeles 1/18, right? Let me go back over here. I'm tripping. Wow. I'm not tripping. That's 1/18. Damn. And didn't Ready to Die, didn't Life After Death release the day Diddy's houses just got raided? Look at how he died at age 44 when kill equals 44. Look at how he died in 2011. 20 plus 11, 31. Eazy-E dead at 31. Synced up with LA. So what's going on with LA? He was Jamaican born American. Where was he born? So Fat Joe's the only fat guy remaining, huh? Fat Joe's birthday.
August
One day
19,
after mine.
1970. According to Wikipedia, Joseph Antonio Cartagena, born August 19, 1970, better known by his stage name Fat Joe, is an American rapper.
So we have, I hope you're doing well out there, Fat Joe. I mean, because I think Big Pun would smoke you on a track. That's for sure. I mean, what? We're just going to sweep Big Pun under the rug? He is a big man. That's not really going to happen. So, you know, I had to break away. Come on. Click, click, click. There we go. So I appreciate the 11 people. I mean, this is what you got to do. You got to go live for like an hour and a half to hit 11 people. And you got like 700 subscribers over 3 channels. Isn't it interesting that he was on this album right here? And then he died? And we're hitting on this book with the graves and grave sites. Don't you think that's interesting? That's the book we're hitting on. Where are they buried? How did they die? And look at that. And let me read. So, Big Punisher hit, right? First solo rap album ever to go platinum. So, in 1999, he released another album. I couldn't find the album. This is what popped up. So, nobody quote me on it. This is what popped up, okay? So let me read. It says an album of knockout rhymes. Oh, I'm thinking this is it. I'm thinking this is it then because it popped up. I thought it was called Knockout Rhymes. So another album of knockout rhymes with members of the group Terror Squad. And look at where they're at. They're at a freaking they're at a grave site. And this is all in this book that we're reading here. Where are they buried? How did they die? Okay. And this is where we really get down. I appreciate the double digits. First Latin rapper to go multi-platinum, sent flowers, cremated and buried at Woodlawn Cemetery, New York. The 12/2, it looks like. It says, and in early 2000, he anticipated the release of his second solo work, but Big Pun didn't live to see that release, okay? And I don't think I mentioned, like, what was the actual, we know Easy had AIDS. Did they say that he died of AIDS? Anyways, this character right here was huge, right? I'm kind of guessing there was like heart problems here. And what else said? Let me read this title again. Where are they buried? How did they die? Okay, so I guess we do kind of need to know how they died. I think it was like a heart attack, but if I remember, I'll look at it. Right? But look at this. Cremated and buried at Woodlawn Cemetery, New York. Okay? And what do you know? What do you know? You knew I was going to come with it, right? You knew we were going to do it. You knew we were going to do it. I mean, it doesn't matter. Where's my lemon water? I'm sorry, I'm not checking out the comments. Ready to die. Yeah, man, that was ridiculous. And nobody cared still. They're like, whatever. Yeah. Oh, I was over here. We were all caught up. Nobody over here liked Biggie. I'm in Arizona. It was all Tupac West Coast all day long. In high school, just everyone throwing up the West Side, people shaving their head bald. My dad was Hispanic, but I was raised white. My mom's white. Canada connection, Irish last name, right? But anyways, Hispanics just bumping Tupac, shaving their head bald, just rocking with it. Look at that right there. Woodlawn Cemetery. Let me check the spelling. Well, I copy and pasted it. 201 and 75 like Capital Punishment. That's the freaking album that hit, man. That's the album that hit and did not live to see the release of the second album. Much anticipated. And I bet Fat Joe hit with an album probably instead, right? Well, no, because that album did come out, and watch how it hits. Man, I like the 12 people in there for real. Okay, I'm just chilling here. We get what appears, I don't know if those are real clouds. I mean, you get some good color. Not sure if it's the best footage. You know, it's clearing up a little bit. Look at the clouds do look weird if you go outside and look up. We have birds. Not sure if they're real, but we can't really speculate on everything, right? So let's go back over here. I mean, look at that with this is just the language, right? Woodlawn Cemetery matches Capital Punishment. That's the album that hit huge for Big Pun. Okay. So look at, and that's just 4 words. ABC 1, 2, 3. Since we have 11 people in here, and you got reduction right there. Since we got 11 people, I guess it would be a good time to go over here real quick. And again, you get Los Angeles, California. That's where Heavy D died, another big guy. And he died on 11/8. And Los Angeles, California equals 118. Double digits in here. Let's do real quick. I'm just gonna go with sports real quick. You get Michael Jordan right there. In reverse, 238, and that's Kobe Bryant's birthday. You get 113 forwards with Michael Jordan, and Kobe Bryant equals 113. Right? Kobe, you know, synced up with LA and the Tupac character. Tupac died, what, the same year Kobe was drafted. Kobe dead at 41. You see it in the language. 157-day span from his birthday, August 23rd, to his death date, January 26th. Okay, just while y'all are in here. You see Rapper has 88 right there, just like Marijuana, and Dr. Dre had the Chronic album, right, out of California, and that's in the decode synced up with Eazy-E, who had like a chronic cough in a way, right? Marijuana 88, and everything trending right now, Trump 88, and again, Straight Outta Compton released 88 and the year 88, right? Yeah, just while y'all are in here, I'm like, oh, I got double digits. Let me hit the calculator real quick. You know, you could do Major League Baseball, and we'll get back to the decode. And there's 162 games in a season. You see, and you get 162 with the alphabet forwards, Major League Baseball. And Major League, you get 108. There's 108 stitches in a baseball. And baseball, you get 18, like 108 stitches, and you get 162 games in a season. Just for y'all who are just here, just what I had to, Richard, and some of y'all may know what's up. Get it while you get it while you can. So just while you can, that's what we're working with here. Everything hits. It's not speculation. And, you know, hopefully y'all will run this back. And that's what it is right there. You see? I'll take requests if there's any celebrities out there, and I haven't done the decode. This is going to stay on Math2Con 2. That's where our special breakdowns are. But you see that? And there it is right there. Cremated, and his ashes were entrusted in his family, though Big Pun didn't live. You see? So there's just more verification that's out of our book here. Appreciate the 15. That's the most people I've ever had in a live. So now we know you got to go an hour and a half live, even if you have 700 people on 3 channels. But I appreciate it. We must be doing something right. Yeah, and Heavy D. So we just got Fat Joe. And what about the Fat Boys? Let me go over there real quick. Because doesn't this kind of look like these could be all the same guys, man? What about the Fat Boys? The Rappers, the Fat Boys, death date. Prince Marquis, dead at 52. He was the most known one, right? Another Darren Robertson of the Fat Boys, dead. Dead, dead, dead. Dead. We got, so what's up, Fat Joe? Might have to do a Fat Joe decode. We may have just naturally came across our next character breakdown. Fat Joe. 53. Born one day after me, but 11 years prior. Joseph Antonio. Yeah, we may have to bust out. We may have to do the Fat Joe decode after the Beatles decode I'm working on. Terror Squad. Yeah, that may we Oh, yeah, expect. Why is Kamala Harris right there? Vice President Harris and rapper Fat Joe team up. Well, well, well. Did it all pay off, Joe? I mean, Joe Biden is the president, right? So it's no coincidence that Fat Joe is synced up with Kamala Harris. Damn. Is that Bill Clinton's birthday, August 19th? I mean, Bill Clinton's birthday.
According to Wikipedia, early life
It's
and career. Clinton
magic.
was born William Jefferson Blythe III on August 19,
It's
1946, at Julia Chester
magic.
Hospital in Hope, Arkansas. He is the son of William Jefferson Blythe Jr., a traveling salesman who died in an automobile accident 3 months before his birth,
No
and Virginia Dell
coincidence.
Cassidy, later Virginia Kelly.
No coincidence. Bill Clinton's birthday, more politics, and he's got the name Joe synced up with Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. I mean, man, what's why does it say Cassidy down there? Born in 46 like Trump. Hope, Arkansas. What a joke. So that's amazing. So I guess that could go towards our Fat Joe decode a little bit, right? Man. And don't quote me on that, but damn, you got Fat Joe synced up with Kamala Harris. And you got Joe like Biden. I mean, let's get back to it over here. I mean, it syncs up, right? What's up with this? Is this like something Big Pun used to say? For sure, for sure. I knew that. Remember they had Hurricane Hillary and it hit right around Bill's birthday? I'm like, and it hit over here like borderline Arizona. I'm like, my birthday was the day before Bill Clinton's. Is Big Pun's second album, Yeah Baby, completed after his death. In look, for and the year 2000, like 42, Bill Clinton, the 42nd president. Let's go back. Oh my gosh. Bill Clinton, the 42nd president. Are you serious? Look, this is wild. It syncs up with the fat rapper, Fat Joe. Oh my gosh. Who is the 42nd president? This is on the fly. Bill Clinton.
According to the White House, Bill Clinton is an American politician from Arkansas who served as.
And look. Ooh. Look at that. Big Pun's second album, Yeah Baby, for the fourth month, the year 2000, like 42. Look, y'all. Here's the here's the cemetery, Woodlawn Cemetery right here. Look. Right here. Look at that. And you get the 4 and the 4 like kill. Heavy D dead at age 44, remember? Remember Heavy D dead at age 44? As you soak all of that in. Soak all of that in real quick. How old was Heavy D when he died? Woo!
44. According to Black Past, he also appeared on television shows including A Different World, The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and Living Single. On November 8, 2011, Heavy D died from a pulmonary embolism in Los Angeles, California at the age of 44.
And kill equals 44. And back over here. Fat Joe connected. Yeah Baby released 4/4. And all of that. Look, 1 month and 28 days. Is that a span? I got to double check. Is it 1 month and 28 days after Big Pun's death date? 128 and Big Punisher equals 128. Big Pun short for Big Punisher. And the 128 hits with Richard and I. Richard, how come you're here every time we hit the 128, man? You're only getting notified or what? What's going on with this? Is wild. You know, we're all busy here, right? Every time we hit these numbers, here we are. And Clinton with the 819 birthday. So you see how all of these, every time the numbers hit with me, they hit with you. And we don't got to go over it again, right? Damn. Let me make sure that's not a span, because I think that might be a span right there. 27 2000 to 44 2000. Wow, there's more in those numbers I'm not seeing too. Look at that. 27 to 44. Let's go over here. So 27 to 4. And today's April Fools. Okay. 27 to 44. And kill equals 44. And we brought up MLK Jr. earlier, right? Wasn't he assassinated on 4/4? He was, huh? Wow, he was. And wow, he was, huh? Hold on. What are we looking at here? So, is that what I was going to enter? Oh, I was going to verify if it was a span. No, it wasn't a span. Look right there. I'm looking at other numbers too. So he died 2/7, and then the album came out after he died. And look, you get an 8/1 right there, Richard. And you see how 8/1, we always come together with the 81 and the 128. 8 weeks, 1 day is the same as 1 month, 28 days. My birthday is 8/18/81. My last name's O'Connor. Sinead O'Connor's birthday is 12/8. Kobe Bryant had 81 points in a game. And we don't need to go down all of that, but look how close that is to 126, Kobe Bryant's death date. Wow. And Kobe Bryant equals 58. You add the span, 58 days. It's all numbers. 1 day after Easter, right? Woo! Okay, we need to really wrap it up. Let's go back over. It's hitting though. I think we're about done. Look how that hits. I mean, as you said, let the show go on. Look at that, man. Big Punisher 128, 1 month, 28 days after his death date. Yeah, baby, releases right there. And we hit super heavy at the end. Y'all need to stick around. Christopher equals 139. Christopher Lee Rios. And you see right there, Big Pun, short for Big Punisher, kind of like Big, short for Biggie. 139. The alphabet forwards with Christopher. Tupac Shakur 139. Notorious Big with the name Christopher. Tupac dead 13/9 again, right? We kind of knew about that, but look at Christopher. And again, the 13 on the jersey back there, that character in the Hit 'Em Up video. Not sure his name. But then there's the 13, dead on the 13th. Notorious equals 146. In the alphabet forwards again. And that's Keefe D's birthday. Shakur was struck by 4 rounds, fired from a 40 caliber. What are the odds? 40 like 4. US equals 40 and 4 in the language. United States equals 40. That's Edie, I mean. Appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. I've heard of him now. Now I know the name. Thank you. Appreciate you. Thanks for checking in. That's why we need to come together like this. And this is the language here, okay? And that's Donald Trump's birthday, by the way. And he's trending all around the same time that Tupac popped up in the news recently, remember? Keefe D, Dwayne Keefe D Davis, Donald D Trump, get it? Donald Trump synced up with Donald Duck, by the way. Trust me. They say he's the big orange man. Donald Duck orange juice. We're not playing over here, y'all. And that's Trump's birthday, Keefe D, Notorious 146. You could look at the Notorious Conor McGregor and you're going to find connections. Everything is ran on letters and numbers. You don't have to trust me. I'm not selling anything here. Okay? You could, even it's interesting that you put Eric Eazy-E and you get 146. Now, I wouldn't lead into a decode saying that's not necessarily how you're supposed to do it, but as I was entering Eric Eazy, right, I'm like, wow, that is interesting because he's in the decode and it's all in this book here as well. And they're connecting all of it and they're saying family tree and they're linking them all together and they're using little terms to link them together, kind of low key slick, but a slap in the face at the same time. 146 with just Eric Eazy-E. And again, with the AIDS connection, Easy, we used to call people easy when they slept around. And Tupac, I get around. And we brought up Kobe Bryant, and he's not a rapper, but he's got the LA connection, drafted the year Tupac died. But Magic Johnson on the Lakers, Magic Johnson synced up with AIDS. They just do it with the language. Be careful what you name things. Be careful the words you speak. But again, with the 146 there, and I'll say it again, that's not necessarily what I do. Like, I wouldn't lead a decode with that. It's interesting as an add-on. I can say it's interesting, okay? This is more than interesting. Notorious Big equals 160 just with the alphabet in reverse. Z is 1, A is 26. Tupac, born on the 16th. And they said 6 months after, did it say 6 months after Tupac died, Biggie died? Tupac born in the 6th month on the 16th. Notorious Big 160, like 16, because it's 160, 0. You look at something and say, hey, 0. Or if you're disrespecting somebody, you're a 0. You're nothing. 0. So it's 16. And this isn't, I don't know if everybody knows this. We have to add it. On September 7th, Tupac Shakur was shot. Eazy-E's birthday. You see? September 7th, 64, Easy born. On September 7th, 25-year-old American rapper fatally shot, but he died from the 7th to the 13th as a 7-day span when you include the start and end date. And then that 7-Day Theory album hit, right? The Don Illuminati, was that it? The 7-Day Theory? It was right around that time, or it was right after, right? And shot on the 7th. So you see, it's not a coincidence. We have this book here, and it just goes along with everything that we do. And there might be more there. 9 is an upside down 6. You know, Biggie dead 6 months after Tupac. Tupac born on the 6th. We could do all of that, right? But we don't necessarily have to. And you see, obviously, there's connections. And Tupac had a song with Bone Thugs and Harmony. It might have been on the Mo Thugs album. And Eazy-E, you know, came out. You know, they say he discovered Bone Thugs and Harmony or whatever. So that came together, I think, very nice. This an hour 39. I had a feeling it was going to get a little long. I appreciate we hit nice numbers on here. And I say that because I'm a real person chilling right here, okay? I'm a real this is as high as a production gets. I'm just chilling. I would be out there, but it's raining off and on, so we set it up where you can just see out there. We hit the decode. It's the day after Easter. It's a rainy day. Time is flying. I do want to do something else with my day, but the thumbnail hit nice. And what was I gonna? Oh, I don't know what I was gonna do. I think I was gonna do this right here. The thumbnail hit very nice, I think, right there. And let me see. Oh, and then I just looked up. That probably doesn't look great on the screen, but I just looked up young rappers dead, and all of these rappers popped up. I guess. I don't know if they're all rappers. I see Pop Smoke. I see King Von. I see Nipsey. I see XXX. Obvious. I'm not gonna nail all. I'm not gonna get all the characters. Obviously, I'm just bringing it up. But so, and then it kind of brings up the other issue: are these characters really going? Are they just further deceiving us? I'm gonna say the latter, right? So, we had like 60 some slides. I'm just gonna kind of quickly rant and go back, and y'all could watch it back from the beginning if anybody wants to view again. I think it's worthy to run it back and you just kind of get some visuals as we end the decode here, because as you look, it is work, right? It's a hobby and it is fun, very interesting. But yeah, definitely some time put into it. So I'm glad I bought this book, and I'll show you it once again before I get out of here. And Orlando Anderson really looks like Tupac. We covered all of this and we did nice. A lot of reading, and but we still came with the numbers. And remember, AIDS equals 15, like easy, and that's how they spell easy. And they misprinted in the book. They must have, because it pops up Rose Hills right there. But you see Rose Hills Memorial Park, but then it comes up Rose Hills Mortuary. I mean, they just kind of like misspelled it. We verified it, but yeah. And doing that one eye symbolism. And again, there's probably an excuse why somewhere. Okay. So yeah, I think we had like 63 slides right there. And that's just a couple pages into the book. Get that right there. I'll show you the book again real quick. And here's the book. What do they have next? Next is Baby Boomer Icons. There's Vince Lombardi I opened up. Waylon Jennings, just loaded. And Dr. Seuss and the cemeteries they're born in. So we may have to do like a 2-in-1. Pick 2 characters and then do 2 and then just run numbers and do some slides. That character is interesting as well. Not exactly sure what you're asking, but who knows where they really are? Where are they really, right? I appreciate everybody. Ed Sullivan, Sharon Tate right here. I guarantee she's synced up with Andrew Tate. Guaranteed. So we'll look at a lot of these in the future, and we'll do some more. That's nice. I should be chilling right now. After I finish this, I'm gonna chill, and I'm already working on the Beatles decode, and it's coming nice. It's gonna turn into a John Lennon thing more than anything, I think, because that's kind of where it's going on its own. It's probably gonna turn into a John Lennon thing. That's for Gina Dysart. I don't know where she is today, but shout out to her. Appreciate all of you in here. I see new faces. Okay. And again, I'm not perfect, but this is what I do over here. And we have 3 channels: Daily Decodes 81, daily trending news all day with presentations, decodes. We have Math 2Con 2. You know, there's work all over all of them. So appreciate the new faces. Q Felix, Min Charles Martin, Richard West, always I appreciate you. CEO B's, COB. I don't want to say your name wrong. Appreciate you. Salute. Mary Light Sense, appreciate you. And yeah, that's, we got it in. And again, you see outside it's clearing up. So let me remove that. Let me drop the comment, and that thumbnail did hit. Very nice. And again, this is the book. Where Are They Buried? How Did They Die by Todd Benoit. We verified a lot of it online, but there was some new info as well that we discovered in the book. You know, they gave us some specifics on Eazy-E's grave. I'm not saying you can't find the information, but yeah. So I appreciate everybody. Where are they buried? Oh, let me look up the big pun to verify the death. I think it was possibly from a heart attack, maybe. I want to do that since it's in the title. Let me. How did Big Pun die? Heart attack.
According to Mayo Clinic, a blockage of blood flow to the heart muscle.
Okay. Why does it say Snoop Dogg right under? We don't need to hear about DMX under why Big Pun died. Like, who cares what DMX thinks about a guy dying? You know what I'm saying? A massive heart attack. No pun intended. Stupid, man. How stupid, dude. And no, I mean sympathy with the characters. If they're, I'm just saying anybody dying from a heart attack. I'm just saying, look what they do. A massive heart attack. Yeah, of course, right? And look at all the characters synced up below. You see? Heavy D. See? All of these characters will be synced up. Look, Big L, Lisa. See? LL. Fat. Heavy. Remy. You see? You see how they do it? Look, Chris Rivers, Christopher Wallace, Chris Rios. It's exactly how they do it. Cuban Link. Everything is linked. I'm not going to run the numbers on heart attack. I know you get like 1s and 8s in there somewhere. But yeah, just wanted to get you that cause of death real quick. And I guess the Eazy-E thing, what was specific? Eazy-E, how did he die? Pneumonia.
According to Mayo Clinic, infection that inflames air
Oh, he was
sacs in one or
30.
both
They said he
lungs,
was
which may fill with
31,
fluid.
didn't they, in the book? He was 30. Most reports at the time said he was 31 due to the falsification of his date of birth. What? I've never heard that. Look what they do. I mean, Easy dies from AIDS. The guy named Easy. Okay, y'all. So I guess that's the rapper edition. Where are they buried? How did they die? Shout out to all of you. Until next time.